ceremony, but how about this behind us? This is Shelley Arnold. She's with the Memorial Park Conservancy. Real quick, we'll step out of the way, but we want to explain to our viewers what's happening live right now.
So right now you're seeing the head walls being constructed. You're seeing the land bridge and prairie being constructed in Memorial Park in Houston. The head walls are going up, which are the final pieces of the arches, and you're also seeing dirt coming on top of the land bridge. That's what the trucks are doing.
So Shelley, for some perspective for our viewers, if you don't come down to this area very often, number one, you should. But number two, there is a huge transformation taking place right here in Memorial Park, which again is considered kind of the crown jewel of our city. But we are standing right next to one of what is going to be 4 different tunnels. Caesar, pan this way over here. And Shelley, explain these tunnels to us, because this is an amazing thing that's going on right here at Memorial Park.
So we're putting tunnels in place and dirt on top of them to create a nature bridge or a land bridge to connect the north and south sides of Memorial Drive. The tunnels will be where the Memorial Drive traffic goes through starting late this year. And then on top of it will be prairie and parkland. So we're essentially expanding the parkland, creating connectivity for wildlife, for people, helping with stormwater management and all kinds of other things, creating greater resiliency and just an iconic place for Houstonians.
You know what's neat is when you look at that, and we laughed at these Tonka trucks, right? These big, huge things that are moving dirt, but it really puts it in perspective of how large these tunnels are, because they're 20-something feet tall, 54 feet wide. I mean, it's 3 lanes of traffic in every tunnel. I think the longest tunnel is 450 feet long. I mean, these are massive tunnels in size and scope. It feels more like an overpass than a tunnel.
It'll be green parkland, and that will be what will be really exciting about it, with really great vistas. So from the tops of the tunnels, and the tops of the land bridge, which will be about 35 feet maximum, you'll be able to see the uptown skyline and the downtown skyline. So you'll have really good vistas.
You can see it's a very active scene out here. This work has been going on for a while, weather permitting. This work should be done late next year, I believe. And this is what? This is 100 acres of Memorial Park's 1,500-acre park?
That's right. The land bridge and prairie combined will be it is a 100-acre project. Yeah. Wow. And Memorial Park is it's Houston's largest urban park, one of the largest urban parks in the country, and twice the size of Central Park.
Because we do everything bigger and better in Texas.
We do everything bigger and better in Texas. Exactly.
I love it.
Right.
Shelley, thank you for being here this morning. We hope that you guys have enjoyed so far what we're seeing at the Olympics. We want to toss it back to you. Don't forget, tonight, after we rebroadcast the opening ceremony tonight, when our KPRC 2 News at 10 starts, probably around 11 o'clock tonight, we're going to have a much larger look at what's happening here behind us. Back to you guys in the studio.
Yeah, very exciting project out there, Chris. Thanks for the inside look, my friend. Appreciate it. An update now on the mass exodus of Texas House Democrats holed up in Washington, D.C. It's been more than 12 days since more than 50 lawmakers abruptly exited that special session here in Austin.
All the protests proposed election reform legislation that Democrats say will impact our most vulnerable voters here in Texas. Investigator Mario Diaz joining us now in the newsroom. And Mario, as House Democrats prepare for another weekend in D.C., is there a cost here being passed on to taxpayers?
Well, Lisa, the travel expenses for Democrats are paid by political contributions made to the caucus for House Democrats, so no cost there. But where taxpayers are having to pick up the unnecessary tab is the cost of these special sessions that are now nullified because there is no quorum in the House. This means that all the work done in the Senate is all for naught because the House cannot vote on it, and they will have to start from scratch in the next special session.
With the House Democrats not providing quorum, means not only will we have to spend $1 to $2 million this session, plus all of the time of the senators and representatives who are showing up, but we're going to have to repeat the whole thing in August.
House Democrats say they will remain in Washington, D.C. through August the 6th. Again, they are protesting election legislation they say will marginalize Black and Latino voters. We'll continue to track this and bring you the very latest. Live in the newsroom, Mario Diaz, KPRC 2 investigates.
Mario, appreciate it. Our Investigates team is hard at work. Earlier this week, investigator Amy Davis shared a story about a homeowners association in Katy accused of allowing some residents to stain their fence a certain color while denying others.
We got a flood of emails and phone calls from you you with all your questions and concerns. Amy's back with us this morning with some answers.
Yeah, because this is one of the hottest topics we cover. Everybody has an opinion and questions about HOAs.
Now, the first one here from a homeowner frustrated because his HOA is telling him they've received several complaints about a specific issue with this property. The man wants to know who filed the complaints. Does he have a right to know that information?
Yeah, you would want to know that, right? You can ask, but they're not required to tell you. So if your case goes to court and who wants that, they would likely have to disclose the name of the person who reported you so you can fairly defend yourself.
All right, Amy, one homeowner told us that her HOA has sent her 3 violation notices, 3 over the color of her front door. She's requested a hearing, but the HOA seems to be ignoring that. Is the HOA required to grant her a hearing?
All right, the Texas Property Code says yes, that the homeowner has a right to submit for a hearing to discuss and verify facts within 30 days of the request. They have to get that hearing. However, the Property Code doesn't say what has to happen at that hearing or meeting. But on September 1st, coming up, a new statute takes effect that says the HOA must present evidence of your violation and tell you what you can do to correct it. So it'll be a lot more meaningful.
Okay, last one up here. A homeowner wants to know if she's entitled to financial information from the HOA.
Yes, there are special statutes that help homeowners get financial information like this. We've posted that statute for you on click2houston.com, and we also have more answers to your questions on our website. So it's a great resource right now for people who need to know these things.
Yeah, we've been sharing those links too. Appreciate it, Amy. Thank you. So how about this? Low interest rates and a lack of homes. It's really made it a seller's market.
Homes in Houston are going for way over asking price. KPRC2's Bill Spencer live for us in Humble with the story he's working on for tomorrow night at 10. Bill?
Lisa and Owen, the fact is housing prices in the Houston metro market, and that means the suburbs too, are at record levels like we've never seen before, with homes selling within days, in some cases even hours, and in many cases they're selling at well above the listed price, with multiple buyers all going at it in a bidding war. Bottom line, if you're trying to buy a house right now, here, it's like nothing you've ever seen.
Hey, are you thinking about buying a new house?
I am looking for a place in Richmond.
I can say it's a little bit stressful at the moment.
Everything is under contract already.
Well, get out your wallet and get ready for battle.
We planned for $275, but we're having to go to about $300.
The Houston market is not just hot, it's on fire. We have too many buyers chasing too few listings.
He said it exactly right. The Houston housing market is on fire right now. For sellers, it's great. You're going to make a ton of money, but it is very tough if you're trying to buy a house right now. So KPRC2 Investigates is on your side, working to show you 3 key areas right now where you can actually buy a house without busting your budget. It's all tomorrow night, right after the Olympics. Reporting live, Bill Spencer, KPRC2 News.
All right, Spence with the hot ticket. Everyone's looking for a good buy, my friend. We'll see you then. Thank you.
Right now let's check in with Justin. Hot ticket and weather. My goodness.
I was going to say, speaking of hot, Bill out there in that full suit, I can tell you, he's probably warm.
He's a champ.
Yeah, look at this. We've already got the clouds starting to build. This is a live look from right here at KPRC2 at the studios. We've got temperatures in the upper 80s, and look at the feels like temperatures all running at about 100 degrees at 10 o'clock this morning. So I'll give you an indication it's going to be a warm one out there. Same thing down at the coast, both Saturday and Sunday. Temperatures will be in the low to mid 90s. So we are likely going to see anywhere from around 94, 95 today. As we mentioned, those feels like temperatures that are already at triple digits in many spots will be anywhere from about 102 to about 110 this afternoon. I'm not expecting a heat advisory from the National Weather Service, but it'll be really close in some spots. So certainly be careful in this heat. A few light showers out near Bryan College Station, and that's it so far. We haven't seen a whole lot out there, but notice our future cam as we go in towards this afternoon, about 4 or 5 o'clock, flares up a couple. And the thing is that high pressure is building in from the east, and so it's going to put a bit of a lid on the atmosphere. So even though we've got plenty of juice out there in terms of the humidity and the heat, if you don't have anything to spark those thunderstorms, they're just not going to fire. And in fact, starting off tomorrow in the low 70s and to kick off your weekend, how about mid upper 90s in many spots? And that's just the beginning of it. We've got this area of high pressure that's going to be sliding in from the east. That one couples up with that big dome of high pressure that moves in from the Intermountain West. Both of those together are going to put a pretty good lock on our weekend forecast, including a lot of heat as well. Not only that, but we've got more Saharan dust. It'll be in here through this weekend, and another big plume is headed in this direction as we get in towards Wednesday, Thursday, and even Friday of next week. So your planning forecast looks like this. Just be careful in this heat. This is going to be one of the hotter weekends we've seen in this somewhat rainy summer we've had so far. So we'll keep it around 94, 95 today, 96 to 98 both Saturday and Sunday. The feels likes will be 100 to about 110, and then we'll back it off, but not until midweek. So we're talking about the next 4 or 5 days. We're going to see some good sizzle out there before the sea breeze starts to kick back in, and we'll get some afternoon thunderstorms. But it's going to be one of those things where, you know, it's been so rainy, it hasn't necessarily been super hot. A lot of folks aren't really acclimated to it. You got it, Lisa, right?
Be careful. Stay hydrated. Watch the family and the pets.
I was just going to say, make sure the pets got clean water too.
That's right.
That time of year again. Hey, if you missed any part of the opening ceremony this morning, don't worry. You can watch the opening ceremony once again tonight at 6:30.
I'll be watching. I didn't catch everything that first time around. You got to watch it again. That's it for us. Our 10 o'clock newscast will air at 11 p.m. tonight, so look for that as well. Thanks for watching. We're back in 30 minutes.